This video is about pore pressure, type of pore pressures, and the method to evaluate the pore pressures. In terms of petroleum and geology, pore is defined as empty space between the rock grains. In fact, these spaces are not empty at all. They contain water, oil, and gas, depending on type of organic matter deposited, and the pressure exerted by these fluids is known as pore pressure. Before we discuss about pore pressure, let's clear the concept of hydrostatic pressure and overburden pressure. Hydrostatic pressure is defined as the pressure exerted by column of liquid or fluid at particular depth. It is mathematically expressed as rho into G into H. In Fields unit, it is given as psi. It is also expressed in terms of hydrostatic gradient. The overburden pressure is defined same as the hydrostatic pressure, but here instead of density of the fluid, we have to consider the density of the rock and fluids, which is called bulk density. Mathematically, it is the same formula as hydrostatic pressure. If the porosity, density of the fluids, density of the rock is given, then the overburden gradient given by following equation. There are three types of pore pressure: normal pore pressure, abnormal pore pressure, and subnormal pore pressure. If at given depth the pore pressure is equal to hydrostatic pressure, then it is called normal pore pressure, and it is calculated same as hydrostatic pressure. If at any depth the pore pressure is greater than the hydrostatic pressure, then it is called abnormal pore pressure, and if the pore pressure is less than hydrostatic pressure, then it is called subnormal pore pressure. There are various causes of abnormal pore pressure, and it is summarized as depositional effect, diagenetic process, tectonic effect, structural causes, and thermodynamic effects. Depositional effects is classified into underconvection of the shell and deposition of evaporites. In normal compaction, pore fluids have enough time to escape from pores with the further compaction, leaving the pore pressure equal to the hydrostatic pressure. But in case of rapid deposition, fluid does not have time and path to escape, and with the further compaction, the pressure in the pores rise, which results in abnormal pore pressure. Evaporites like halite is formed due to evaporation of the seawater. Halite has plastic, mobile nature and low density. Due to its low density, it is trying to move upward, which causes overpressure in upper layer. Due to its impermeable nature, sometimes the pressure below the evaporates reaches up to overburden pressure at that point. Diagenetic process like clay diagenesis and diagenesis of the sulfate release large quantity of the water. If this water cannot escape during compaction, then the pore fluid will support an increased portion of the overburden and become overpressurized. Tectonic effects like folding, faulting, upliftment also contribute abnormal pore pressure. Reservoir structure also contributes in abnormal pore pressure. At the top of the gas anticline, the pressure is generally higher than the gas water contact. Great care should be taken to drill such gas cap reservoirs. Thermodynamic processes like thermal cracking, osmosis, and permafrost also changes the volume of the matter, which results in abnormal pore pressure. Now let's see the type of methods which are used to evaluate such abnormal pore pressure. Common methods are mud logging, logging while drilling, measurement while drilling, and some direct measurement tools. In mud logging, following parameters are analyzed. ROP. Overbalance is the difference between mud pressure and pore pressure. As abnormal pressure detects, this overbalance will reduce, which results in higher ROP or rate of penetration. D exponent data is also used to evaluate the abnormal pore pressure. The reduction in D exponent data is indicate overpressurized formation. There are two methods which are used to calculate pore pressure by using D exponent. First one is Eaton and the second one is ratio method. The mathematical expression of these two methods is given as this method has certain limitation, like it can only use to calculate pore pressure in clean shells. Large increase in mud weight cause lower value of the D exponent. and the D exponent values are affected by lithology, hydraulics, and type of bit. Generally, drag and torques are increases during drilling of overpressurized formation. Flow line temperature is also used to determine abnormal pore pressure. In abnormally pressurized zones, formation fluids enter into the wellbore, which has more temperature than the drilling fluids, which results in increase in the flow line temperature. Drill cuttings, size, and shape also determine the abnormal pore pressure. In overpressurized zones, the drill cuttings are larger in size. Now, we will discuss logging while drilling and measurement while drilling. This method uses gamma ray, sonic, and resistivity log to determine the pore pressure. Sonic log determines density of the formation by using transient time. The more the velocity of the sonic wave in the formation, the less the transit time. But in overpressurized formations, due to higher porosity, transit time will increase with the depth. Mathematically, the pore pressure in terms of transit time is calculated as following. Resistivity log measures the resistivity of the fluids in the formation. If the formation is more compact and overpressurized, in that case, the salinity of the water is higher and the resistivity measured by the resistivity log is lower than normally pressurized zones. Gamma ray measure the shale content of the formation. Shale density generally increases with the depth in normally compacted shale, but in undercompacted shales with the depth, the porosity increases, which results in lower density of the shale. There are some direct measurement tools like drill stem test and repeat formation tester are also used to measure the pore pressure. These tools have pressure gauges and fluid collection chamber. These tools give three types of pressure data: mud hydrostatic pressure, formation pore pressure, and transient data. So, calculation of pore pressure have great importance in cement design, well control, selection of wellhead and chemistry, and rig rating while drilling new wells. Thanks for watching.